Osh, it took 2 months for the Kyrgyz-controlled city hall to allow ethnic Uzbeks to clear debris from their burned-out homes. Rebuilding is slow. As winter approaches, residents live in tents, and it is rare to see a new pane of glass or a freshly laid brick. Kamid Badalov, an ethnic Uzbek shopkeeper, says his family has lived in Osh for generations. He wants to rebuild for his wife and 3 children, but has nothing left.
Everything burned down. I have nothing left except this shirt and these trousers. Everything we owned, and all the money we had, has been burned.
With the army and police composed almost entirely of ethnic Kyrgyz, the Uzbeks were the losers in what people in Osh now simply call the war. Army and police units were seen supporting armed groups of ethnic Kyrgyz civilians. Paziklov Bokadir, an unemployed Uzbek construction worker, says the Kyrgyz must be disarmed. Otherwise, he says, there will never be peace. As he speaks, a neighbor shows photos of the bodies of her 2 adult sons. Koroboyeva Etibar says her sons were defending the neighborhood last June when they were shot by Kyrgyz snipers posted on Suleiman Hill, normally a city tourist attraction. Now there are reports that young Uzbek men are going to Tajikistan for weapons training. Eager for revenge, they are easy recruits for the Islamic movement of Uzbekistan, a religious fundamentalist group. For young men, little holds them in southern Kyrgyzstan. Thousands of ethnic Uzbeks, the wealthiest and best educated, left Osh this summer, largely for Russia, where they can work without visas. One English-speaking ethnic Uzbek, who asked not to be identified, is applying for asylum in Canada.
Most of my friends actually have been left Kyrgyzstan since July and August. Actually, on last Sunday, my best friend have been left to Russia, to Moscow, where he want to start a new life.
With the ethnic Uzbek elite gone, working-class Uzbeks find that Kyrgyz will not hire them. Bokadir, who has worked as a construction worker across the Soviet Union, says discrimination is now the rule in Osh.
Uzbeks are not allowed to work. They are not able to be employed.
From the other side, Kyrgyz say the outside world overlooks their losses in the war. Abdieva Turganay, a Kyrgyz activist, showed VOA photos of 269 bodies that she says are Kyrgyz victims of the June violence.
He was a good businessman. They knew he lived in good conditions, and so they killed him, their own neighbor. And they burned down his 3-story house. And they wrote, "Kyrgyz are rags."
But Turganay is confident of Kyrgyz control in Osh. While she talks, a crowd gathers outside City Hall to back Mayor Melis Murzakhmatov, a Kyrgyz nationalist politician who has closed Uzbek-language media outlets, blocked the arrival of European police observers, and slowed the rebuilding of Uzbek neighborhoods. Yesterday's bloodletting and today's polarization do not make for an easy political future for Kyrgyzstan. Alisher Kamidov, an ethnic Uzbek journalist, is not optimistic.
We do not have any legitimate parliament. We do not have an effective judiciary that could resolve electoral disputes. And what we have is a sea of arms, weapons, guns in the hands of ordinary people. And so my concern is that the electoral disputes that we might witness during the October election may spill over, may provide an avenue for these various political forces to clash.
1 week after this interview, Kamidov left Osh for the United States and applied for political asylum. Last week in Bishkek, an independent commission studying the violence predicted a new outbreak of ethnic violence is a highly probable scenario. James Brooke for VOA News, Osh, Kyrgyzstan.